we just reached the climax of Wuthering Waves 2.4, and I was watching this before work, disappointed that I couldn't react to this live for you guys. Which, by the way, if you are watching this video and you want to catch me live, I am live every single weekend on YouTube, so find me there. So let me just get this straight real quick. We are getting 6 new characters coming to us alongside Cardathea and Lupa, and these characters were the confirmation official drip marketing leaks that we seen by Kuro Games when it came to the update of Septimont. Well, what that only confirms is that I am going to lose sleep and be a cave dweller for the next couple of weeks, and I'm gonna have to officially delete the memory of grass because I'm not going to be touching it while I farm these ashtrays for these characters. And like I said, everything that I'm going over today is going to be all hypothesis, conjecture, and everything that I have as far as information goes was officially released by Kuro Games and Wuthering Waves on all their social media accounts or the live stream of 2.4. And let me just be the first to say, these characters look absolutely insane. And to top it all off, we finally got drip marketing on a new official male character. Now, the very first character I want to talk about is Flova, and the reason why I want to start out with her is because she's a character that we have already seen throughout the story of Wuthering Waves. She's actually a very big deal when it comes to the main story of the game, and not only that, she is a very, very mysterious character. And as we know, when we meet characters that haven't been drip marketed, we kind of wonder if this character is going to be a future release, and here we are. Flova, the lady who leaves all these mysterious Tokyo Ghoul looking flowers everywhere, and I'm only calling them that because I actually don't know what the name of these flowers are. It is only safe to assume that Flova is going to be Havoc because of the type of character she is. As far as what I've seen from the story, I only could assume that she's going to be wielding a rectifier based off my conjecture, only based off of the fact that she was making things happen that normally I don't know, like a spellcaster would do. And the way that I came to this theory is because of her color scheme and her color palette, also as well as the fact that she just kind of creates havoc. So havoc on top of havoc only really makes sense. Now, as far as her color palette goes, her color palette really matches Camellia's. And what is Camellia's element? Camellia's element is havoc. Now, obviously, elements aren't decided by what clothes the characters are wearing or what the color schematic is. As we know, she's rocking the sick one-eyed bandage look, mysteriously keeping half of her face hidden. I personally have liked the design since the launch of the game and was wondering since I played the closed beta 2 if she was going to be a playable character. You know, just like the homie Scar who has been locked away and forgotten in a jail cell since the beginning of the game, but we will talk about that another time. I'm excited for her to see what she's going to be capable of, but out of the other characters on this list, I would have to say for me personally, she's not that enticing. However, by popularity vote, I do know that she is one of the most anticipated characters to date, so we will just have to see. Next up, let's talk about Chisa, who is honestly my personal favorite on this list. When related to an anime character, I think of Akame from Akame Got Kill. Black straight hair with crimson eyes and your typical dressed in all black sword wielder. Based off the weapon she is holding, I can't tell if this is going to be a rod blade or some type of regular sword blade because it is absolutely massive. Wait, actually, upon looking closer at this character's drip marketing, there's marks on the blade kind of like a ruler, which reminds me of when I was a kid and used to use scissors that had measurements on the blade, you know, like the safety scissors. Also, there's a line here that replicates scissors on the bottom of like a cut symbol. So I think Chisa is going to be our character that wields a massive pair of scissors with these measurements on them to measure how deep she's going to make every cut go. And I guess we could, you know, safely assume that they're not going to be safety scissors at this point. This also explains how at the base of the handle where she is gripping the weapon that there's a little bit of a circular area of where it can unfold. This could also explain how at the end of the blade as well it's getting narrow, but it still remains kind of obtuse. If you pay close attention to the outfit details as well, she got taped up fingers probably from cuts, and the entirety of her outfit has like upward cuts like if you were using scissors to fashion design clothes. And again, I could be completely wrong, but this is all conjecture at the end of the day. I'm going based off my own theory. Now, the idea of the scissors kind of gives me a DPS type of feel, and as far as her element goes, it's really hard to say right now since there is no lead. Design wise at this point, she can quite literally be any element. The next character we got is Gallabrina, which is another name that I probably butchered, but we are going to move on. She got an amazing design with some really nice colors. Her color palette is blue, white, and black, which all mesh well together when it comes to her design. And she is at this point confirmed going to be a pistols type of weapon, unless if of course they decide to change it later on. Upon her design, we got a lot of feathers going around her outfit, and even a pistol that we just mentioned kind of pushing the idea of a bird of some kind. What also pushed this agenda is her right arm and hand. It's like Gallabrina has some type of mutation like Yang Yang with the feathers, but Gallabrina's hand kind of reminds me of like a raven, you know, like Ravenclaws. Overall, her design is absolutely heat. I personally like the way she looks, but obviously this is all going to be up to her kit and to see what she can actually do. And I know from what I've seen on X and other social medias that the community actually really likes this character as well. So thumbs up. Something that really draws me into the splash art about how she's going to be as a character is those cold killer eyes. Like she's ready to, you know, kick my teeth in or something like that. Her Her outfit is also a leather coat that doesn't exactly go all the way down. It's pretty sick with the open sleeves at the end showing off her tattoo and her mutation or whatever this is. She also carries her 9mm ammo on her thigh and has open space between her shirt and skirt, or leggings, or whatever these, you know, pants want to be called. I'm not really good with this design stuff. I just know it looks really cool. That's all. Also, she got abs. That's always a bonus. And I'm also guessing this big cape looking thing is huge bird feathers, you know, like the end of a quill or something like that. As far as what her element may be, I'm thinking maybe electro and a DPS because of that killer look she's given off. And based off the fact that we just got a pistol support Psychona, I don't really see another support pistol wielding character coming out soon, but I could be wrong. All I know is that I'm amped to see more of the pistol wielding characters because the way that they came out with Carlotta and Psychona's kits made pistol characters look way better, because I was getting a little nervous when it came to the 4-star characters when it came to pistols, but it only makes sense to only snap on the 5-star characters at the end of the day, because 5 stars will always have that peak animation, man. The next legendary we are going to be talking about is I Know, which is not like, you know, I know, but you know, I can't read, so apparently I Know is going to be the way we're going to say this from now on. Much like Gallabrina, she has a similar color palette. However, her look doesn't remind me of Electro, which is kind of contradicting to the last character I was talking about when it comes to the colors of the character. What stands out to me the most is on her drip marketing is the moon theme with this big huge ring that's like bigger than the entire character herself. Even this little strand of hair that's a lighter blue highlight that kind of replicates the shape of a moon. Or maybe that's just part of her hair design and I'm overcooking and overthinking about what this actually means. Opposed to Gallabrina, she has a much more pure approach as far as the way that she kind of carries herself from the art. Gallabrina looks much more fierce as a DPS character should look. I Know also got this like Greek crown type of thing. To be honest, I don't even know what to call it. And even her entire outfit kind of gives off this Greek god type of vibe. Something about the vibe that she's giving me makes me want to say that she's going to be a support type of character. But as far as the weapon goes, I don't even know. It's a big ring and I don't even know what it's going to do. But the reason why my theory ended as support is because moons make me feel peaceful. You know, kind of like if it's a peaceful night on a hot summer day and you're going to go lay out on the lawn or something and go stare at the stars for a while. And I know you guys are probably going to hate me for this, but what are those? Nah, let me stop playing. All I know is that she looks absolutely peak and I can't wait to see what she does. Augusta kind of sounds like a really good dish. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hungry. The community is calling her Wuthering Waves Malvika. Now, I don't really know much about Genshin Impact. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I had to search up the picture of the damn Pyro Archon. And I guess they kind of do look similar though, so I get the resemblance. Augusta is the opposite of I Know. Well, I Know is the moon. Augusta has got to be the sun. You know, like with every darkness comes the light, or something like that. And let's just get it out of the way now that Augusta is going to be fusion, and there's no way that she's not going to be fusion, because if she's not fusion, then I don't know at this point. Maybe I should stop making these types of videos. In all seriousness though, she has a really cool design, much like the Greek theme we discussed with I Know. She's got the white and gold color palette going on with some fiery eyes, you know, signifying the sun as opposed to the moon. She's got more of a dress type of style going on, and I can't really tell if this front piece of her is like armor or clothing, considering the fact that it was forced to fit around her belly button. However, I am enjoying all the sun symbolism, especially on her gauntlets and throughout her outfit. The last piece that really captivates my eye is a broad blade or shield. I mean, this thing is insanely huge. Like, I don't think a regular human could actually manage to lift that. And I guess that's why this is anime and, you know, not real. Lastly, we finally got our next male resonator. It may be 1 out of 6, but we still got one. I know a lot of people are excited about this, as I am myself. Even though me personally, I don't pull from my characters, I always enjoy Kuro games when they make a male design. Because in my honest opinion, when they do male characters, they do them right. Like, they actually stand out. They do really well on the design with them. So I hope they continue to do that. Juan, however you pronounce his name, I put him last in this list mainly because I knew I'd butcher his name the worst. I don't know why, but I've got this gut feeling he's going to be Arrow. However, I cannot tell you what weapon he is wielding because this is like a fishing pole with like, I don't know, a scroll attached or something like that. To add to my theory on him being Arrow, I just see a bunch of leaves a part of his drip marketing, and to me, when I see green and leaves, I just think of arrow and wind. Also, his design really reminds me of Jiangxing, with the white and black further pushing my theory that he's going to be an Arrow character. As far as his outfit goes, I'm really not quite sure what I'm looking at. It just looks like he has writing on his skirt or whatever this is, like scriptures or something like that. But I'm gonna be really reaching here, but what if this dude was Jiangxing's master or teacher, or taught her how to be a monk of some sort? You know, like she taught Jiangxing the yin yang and tranquility or whatever, you know. Yeah, you get the point. Other than the theories and the conjecture that I'm making based off his outfit and the design and what element he's going to be, I don't really have much else to say other than the fact that I'm gonna rehash on the topic that we are actually finally getting another male character, which is always exciting. And those are all my opinions on the drip marketing of the 6 new characters that we are getting with the region of Septimont. With this many characters, it kind of explains why we have 2 main story quests that's coming soon. So if you are new, smash the subscribe button and turn on post notifications, leave a like and comment your thoughts. I'll see you all next time. Thank you.